Hello. I want to share a situation with you that just happened with my kids during a snack time. And basically, the things that were said and how we handled it, so that hopefully it helps you have some language for how to handle some of these situations as well. So, first, it was just two of my kids. I have three, but it was just the younger two that were here for afternoon snack. And we had just gone to the store earlier, and they had chosen to get some like nacho cheese Dorito type chips. And so they were asking and asking to have them. And I said, yeah, we'll have them at snack time. And so we got the chips out. And then I also put out some mango, some trail mix that had like peanuts and raisins and stuff in it. And then also peppers, some bell peppers. And so they had all of those things out on the table, and it was actually really sweet because it was just the two of them, and it's not often just the two of them. And they were sitting together and like chatting and mainly just eating the chips out of the bowl. And then after a little bit, the chips were gone and they asked if they could have more. And I was nearby, but I was in the middle of like another task. And so I just said, yes, when I'm finished doing what I'm doing, I'll get more chips. And I said that you can, still have the other food that's on the table. And I was like, hey, your favorite peppers are there too. And he's like, yeah. And then he looked at them and he's like, yeah, let's have peppers. And so the two of them started having peppers, and they were just like playing and talking, and they ate them. And then I did go over and get more chips a few minutes later and put some down. And I let them know, we're going to put these chips out right now. And then if you're still hungry, you'll still have the other food, the peppers, the mango, and the trail mix, because we want to make sure that your brother is able to have some of these chips too. Okay, so that's really important because we could have said, you've had enough chips. That's enough chips. You need to eat something else. You can have more chips if you eat something else first. Chips aren't good for our body. We shouldn't have too many. There could have been a lot of things there that were said, but instead it stayed positive. It wasn't based on restriction. It was purely about availability. If we had like ample bags of chips, then I would have put even more out, but it really was about availability. And so we want to be careful though, because when we start to be negative, they create that language creates a sense of scarcity, of negativity. It demonizes foods. It makes kids feel like they're not going to have them, and so then they want them more and more. It makes them feel kind of like extra special, like we don't get these very often. We better eat as much as we can when we do have them. So we want to keep things just really neutral and positive when we talk about food. And that's one of those things that I find parents say they need the most help with, and that is the most helpful, is to have like actual language to use. So I am hosting an online workshop on January 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, or I'm getting all confused, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on January 30th. It will be live, but it will also be recorded. So if you can't make it at that time, you can still sign up, and then you'll get the recording. And it's called Stress-Free Family Eating. And we're going to go over the 7 most common feeding challenges that I hear about. And we're going to talk about why they happen, things like the language that we use, and then also how some of them are just natural things. Like we're going to talk about, why kids might just not want veggies, why that might be a natural thing, or why they might naturally be drawn to sweets. We'll talk about those things, but then we're also going to talk about our behaviors and how some of the things that we do perpetuates those issues that we're facing already. And then we're going to talk about 10 principles or solutions and how to handle them, what we can do in our families. Because I really want you to feel confident in feeding your families and to have less stress about it, right? So stress-free family eating. I want you to feel good and confident about feeding your family. So I really hope you join me. Please let me know if you have any questions about it. And otherwise, you can sign up with the link here. All right, talk to you soon.